Hey everyone, it's Gamefruitpulp, and welcome back to another Minecraft video on the Minecraft Building Toronto world. Today, we're not going to be talking about the content of Building Toronto, and this is going to be a standalone video, not in any series, but it's a topic that I find myself talking about around once a year. And it seems that time of year is back, and for once, this topic has me a little bit more hopeful than in previous years. If you don't know what I'm talking about my biggest pet peeve with the game of Minecraft, something I've been trying to do my part to get changed for basically as long as I've had this YouTube channel, and that is the build limit in Minecraft. Specifically speaking about the Java version of the game, but the game in general I think would benefit greatly from this change we're going to talk about today. And in today's video I have a particular change in mood from previous videos that you watch where I'm rather unhopeful about any change in the build height. And the reason for this is obviously the recently released Minecraft Earth live stream and the updates coming to the game in 1.17, I guess it would be, that have me hopeful that some change might be coming. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this issue and why it's particularly important to me, I'll give you a quick background before I get into my thoughts on the Minecraft Earth live stream and what it was announced there. So as you may or may not know, the biggest thing on my channel for pretty much all of recent history on the Gamefruitpulp YouTube channel is the Minecraft Building Toronto world. This is a project that's been going on for over 3 years now, where I have tried with a small group of builders to recreate the city of Toronto, Canada on a 1-to-1 scale. This includes interiors, which is not duplicated in many projects of a similar nature, and also includes things down to city signs and details of sidewalks and alleys and that kind of thing that most of these projects don't capture. Obviously, there's one limiting factor about building in the vanilla version of the game, which is what we do, and that's the build height limit. This is a project I've been working on for 3 years now, and for almost that entire 3 years, at every possible opportunity, I've mentioned how they need to raise the build limit in this game to help sort of builders that do this kind of building help make their projects more realistic, basically. Help allow creative builders more opportunities to fully encapsulate the builds they're trying to create, and allow landscape creators and terrain generators more freedom to make truly magnificent mountains on their custom maps. What I found interesting about the most recent Minecraft Earth announcement, obviously, is that this is one of the things that they're now looking into as well. They want to make magnificent mountains and unique caves, and these are things that they even mentioned they're going to need to change the way the worlds are generated, and this could mean one of two things. And obviously these two things are not, I'm not groundbreaking here with some sort of breaking news breaking down these topics, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on it, because if you've been a viewer of the channel for a while, you know I thought that was a creeper. I'm pretty passionate about this issue, and basically the two options are going to be that they either raise sea level so that the caves are allowed to be bigger and then the mountains will just be the same sort of height, or they increase the build limit. And the second option is why I'm choosing to talk about this again today for the third time now on my channel. So I'm going to be talking about why I believe it'd be advantageous for the builder or for the developers of Minecraft to raise the build limit, why you should care, and ultimately why, if it doesn't happen with this update, I don't think it will ever happen. So firstly, we'll start with why you should care. This is a topic that if you don't build on a 1-to-1 scale, you probably don't really care too much about, because in a survival aspect of this game, chances are pretty slim you're getting above the 256 build limit, unless you're just trying to troll your buddy by building by building a massive dirt tower or something up to the height limit. But for those of you who really try and build either creative or build on custom worlds, trying to build truly magnificent projects, and those who embark on pretty creative, I don't want to sell survival builders short, because they've done some truly incredible things that I couldn't even imagine doing in creative. So even if you build on survival, the increased height limit only is positive for you. It can only provide positive things. And the only real concern that I have, and I've seen any other players raise about it, is simply that the performance factor of the game. So if Minecraft can develop a way to increase the build limit without dramatically decreasing the ability for players to run the game, I can't think of a single negative factor. And unlike many of the other more significant changes to the game, whether it be the PvP update or even the caves update, something that for the most part is pretty positively taken and pretty positively reviewed by the Minecraft community, this is an update increasing the build limit that would have virtually no downside. It's a win-win for developers, for the players. There's no real losing outcome for this. There's no aspect where this is going to upset any of the players. I can't think of a single reason other than performance that a player currently playing the game would be upset by an increase to the build limit. Now, if you take that versus something like a change in the world height, or sorry, a change in the sea level, that's when things get more interesting and more difficult, because then you look at how moving all these worlds over, you can have more issue with that, and how newly generated terrain will be affected and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's just a more difficult move to do that could leave some players playing on older versions, similar to what we have with the combat update of, I believe 1.8 was when they changed the combat update, and now we still have players playing on 1.8 simply because they don't like the new combat. And so that's the reason why you guys, for those of you who aren't passionate about this issue, for those of you who don't build super tall towers like we do on the Building Toronto project, or others who are trying to create one-to-one scales of the real world, or try to create their own city with towers or their own terrain, why you guys should still care about this issue. Because for you guys, it's an issue that right now it doesn't matter for you because you don't use it, but if you ever did want to, the option could be there in the future with this change. And if this change doesn't come, then obviously it's not an option that will ever be there should you ever want to use that option. And then this sort of blended in, I guess my first and second things sort of blended in together, why the Minecraft developers should do this change now. Obviously, they're undergoing a huge, exciting change to the game that will see caves revamped finally, see mountains made more magnificent, making these changes that will allow the terrain of the game to sort of be brought into the, not the 20th century, but sort of the modern expectation of gaming, in a way to make this block game that's been going on for so long, the players have been playing for decades, or not for a decade and some years, it hasn't been 20 years, but bring that game sort of into modern day gaming while keeping true to its original roots. And I think that that's something that is really exciting, and I'm happy that they're doing that change. And I also think the opportunity is prime to sort of help bring a group of, for lack of a better word, disenfranchised Minecraft players who are playing on older versions of the game because their game is not compatible, what they're doing is not compatible with the vanilla version of the game, back to the new versions of the game. I mentioned this in previous videos that I can't imagine any developer who releases constant updates to a game like Minecraft does enjoy seeing players play on older versions of the game. Obviously, when you look at the biggest project like mine, the Build the Earth project, they're building on 1.12 because the Cubic Chunks mod, the mod that allows them to build over the current world height, is only up to 1.12. So this is the biggest incentive for the Minecraft developers to make this change finally, and to pursue a higher build limit, so that they can, don't want to go that way, bleeding into new future video content, so that they can sort of bring these players back in. Because if I am reading the Minecraft community correctly, the biggest story of Minecraft in 2020 has been the Build the Earth project, and it's been the significantly largest story of Minecraft. And that version, that story, is on a version of the game that is years old now, and that, in my opinion, shouldn't make the developers of the game very happy. And so if I was them, what I would want to do is try and bring these players who are playing on this older version of the game back to the new version of the game, get them back into the game with all these great updates, with the cave update, with the mountains, with these new mobs, with these new blocks. And the way to do that is increasing the build limit. And so hopefully that's sort of my thought process on this, and why I'm hopeful that this will be that finally, after years of hoping that the build limit will be increased, this will finally be the time as we enter Lag City in this map, that the build limit does get increased. And to end the video on sort of a more, not negative, but a little bit more of a pessimistic point of view, this update is very important for those of you who are passionate about this issue like I am. And the reason for that is that I truly think that this is our last opportunity for a long time, maybe ever, to get the build limit increased. This update, like I mentioned earlier, is a serious revamp of the world generation process, of the way the Minecraft worlds are in general. And it would be unreasonable to expect a redesign of world generation that on a scale that would be required on an increased build limit, on an update that increases the build limit again in the near future, with the update required to make these caves and these mountains the way that the developers have advertised that they will be. And so the way I look at this update is this is our last chance for a long time to have the build height limit increased. And I don't know what the increase would be if they choose to increase it, but if it doesn't happen with this update, it's not going to happen at all. And so for me, this is a pretty exciting but also nerve-wracking time, because a project that I've spent a ton of time in, that my builders have spent a ton of time in, that I've sort of committed to building in vanilla because I wanted to keep the viewers of this project able to join with the vanilla game, the way the developers designed the game, the way they intended the game to be played, with the hope that I said, you know, one day the developers will increase the build limit. They've done it before, and when it's time, they'll do it again. And I'm hoping that this is the time. And if this isn't the time, I'm not sure the time will ever come. So it's a pretty nerve-wracking time for me, but also exciting. But the reason I'm sort of doing this video is to educate people on this issue of Minecraft, who like Minecraft and maybe don't know about it, don't know that this is even a faction of the player base that really cares about this issue. And maybe it's something that you, now that I've told you a little bit about it, are also interested in. But also for you guys who do care about this issue, for you guys who have been following the channel for a long time, who want the build limit increased either for this project or for your own project or for another project that you follow. This is your chance to speak up. This is your chance to make sure the cave update was added, because for years, players, every single tweet, every single update, commented, replied, quote tweeted, used smoke signals, messaged on Discord saying, where is this? Where is the cave update? Where is the cave update? And after a certain amount of time, the developers listened. And so my point of view with this issue is while we don't know whether the build height limit is coming yet, we also don't know whether they're decided. So if they're leaning towards raising sea level instead of the build limit, and we have the people who care about this tweeting to the Minecraft developers, tweeting to Minecraft, making videos about it, sharing videos about it, might get some attention that might not have previously been there, and it might help us get our build limit increased finally, so that we can truly capture some of the great architectural works in the world and allow those great Minecraft architects to design some truly unique buildings that stand up to the test of modern architecture. And so that's sort of my yearly rant, we'll say, this time for more reason than past years, where past years I was just sort of shouting into the abyss about this, but this year I feel like we have a reason to hope for the change. And even if it's only a doubled limit to 512, obviously we can't fit the CN Tower in that height limit, but we can fit everything else, and that would just be such a relief for me, because my most common asked question is, well, how do you fit these buildings that don't fit? And the way we fit them is by making them smaller. So anyways, that's I know, as you guys can probably tell from this video, I'm pretty passionate about this issue. I care a lot about it, and I hope that we finally see this new build limit height that I've been hoping for years now. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. If this is your first time watching this video channel, be sure to check out my other content and check out the Building Toronto series, which is what makes me so passionate about this issue. If you agree with what I'm saying here, you like what I'm talking about, you like what I've been walking through while I have this sort of rant, you'll probably like the Building Toronto series as well. So be sure to check that out. There's a playlist on my channel. I'm sure it'll be on the side in the recommended videos as well. So be sure to check that out. And if you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the other ones, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're a new viewer. If you're a returning viewer, obviously I just echoed the importance of this, but this video more than ever, please like it. Please share it with your friends if you think this is an important issue. And please tweet and contact the Minecraft developers and tell them that they need to raise the Minecraft build limit in the 1.17 update. Obviously some other exciting stuff with that update that I didn't touch on in this video. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to do another video on the Minecraft Earth and everything they announced, but I just wanted to make a standalone video on the build height limit increase, and this is the longest video I've had in a while, and all I've been doing is talking about that one thing. So that's really that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys for your support of the channel. I know I haven't gotten videos out as often as I have previously, and that's not something I'm super happy with, but I'm trying to get them out as best I can without reducing the quality, and that's an important thing to me. Is I know that the YouTube algorithm likes content and quality, and consistent content and frequent content, but I like quality content, and I hope that that's appreciated by you guys, that I'm not just going to pump out junk videos just to have videos come out. I'm going to put the time into them that I want to make sure that they're high quality for you guys. So anyways, this video has gone on too long. I've ranted about the build height limit for the first time this year, and hopefully it's the last, and hopefully the next time it's time to make this video in 2021, it's a happy video about how the new update has an increased height limit. So thank you guys very much for watching. I already gave my spiel about how you should subscribe and share the video, so that's done. I'll see you guys all next time. Hope you have a good one. See you later.